So now we're on to part 3 because it looks like you guys just can't get enough of this series. But to be honest, I can't really blame you. It's pretty darn juicy. Hey, what's up, Iowers? It's Mackenzie here, and today on the channel, I'm going to be listing the top 10 influencers that lost their influence for the 3rd time. And before I get into it, make sure to go down and subscribe to the channel if you never want to miss another juicy upload just like this one. And if this is the first video in this series that you are watching, make sure to check out parts 1 and 2 as well. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off with number 10, we have Team 10. And I didn't even do that on purpose, that both are 10. Anyway, so I saw a few of you commenting that Jake Paul should be on this list, and I personally don't agree. Although I'm not a fan of his, he's still very much relevant on YouTube. Honestly, as YouTube's kind of punching bag, if I'm gonna be honest. But one part of Jake that has definitely failed is his business venture, Team 10. So Team 10 was revolutionary in the internet space, with Jake forming a talent collective where they all lived and worked in the same house, trying to all blow up together. And although it did work and a lot of the members of Team 10 became huge in the venture, it didn't last. It all started with a lot of the team's biggest members leaving. Some because of personal issues with Jake, and others with large egos that thought that they could do it themselves. New members also told an insider that Greg Paul, who is Jake's father, coming on board was a big reason for a lot of the team members leaving. But for one reason or another, many of the talent that the fans knew and loved ended up leaving, and the new members that came on weren't as well received by the fans. And as of now, I don't think that there's one member still on Team 10 that was there during its heyday. And now it's considered pretty much a thing of the past. And at number 9, Dan and Phil. Dan and Phil were a duo that used to be huge on YouTube, and even I was actually a fan of theirs at one point, Dan in particular. They were featured at VidCon and were usually a big part of YouTube rewinds. But over the last few years, the duo has really fallen off, with them stating back in 2019 that they were going to take a break from their duo content to focus more on their main channel. But the problem with that is that neither of them actually did that, with both of them still posting on YouTube and getting pretty good views when they do. But since they never upload consistently like a lot of other YouTubers these days, they have become an afterthought to a lot of their loyal fan base. But I do have to say, Phil has been uploading more consistently recently, so it seems like he's trying to get back into the YouTube game again, while Dan might be just focused on other things. And at number 8, Grace Helbig. So Grace Helbig is another OG YouTuber that has been around on the platform for over 10 years. She got really big on the platform when she was on a channel called Daily You, and that's actually where I first found her. But then after a few years on the channel, she decided to branch out on her own. But for some reason, when she branched out, she wasn't able to be as successful as she was on the joint channel. And around this time is when a lot of people stopped watching her, including myself, to be honest. And usually with these YouTubers, a lack of consistency is what hurts their channels. But Grace has actually managed to stay pretty consistent over the years. But looking through her channel, it seems that the content is the issue, and she's still uploading the types of content that were huge back in 2015 and is not really adapted to current day standards. It also seems like a huge focus of her brand is now her podcast, Not Too Deep. And considering that not a lot of people actually really talk about it, and she usually only gets around 7,000 views of podcast on her channel, not taking into account streams of course. But she still has maintained a really loyal fan base, and I'm hoping that she can get on some modern day trends so she can start growing her channel again. Up at number 7, Tobuscus. So Toby Turner, aka Tobuscus, used to be huge on the platform, and he made music videos as well as gaming videos. And back in the day, he did really well. He was selling merch as well as action figures and dolls, as well as making appearances on TV and movies. For about 10 years, he was totally crushing it. But then in 2016, his already declining brand took a massive hit when his ex-girlfriend uploaded a video claiming that she was sexually assaulted by Toby, giving a lot of detail in her video. Then after this, other women started to come out telling their stories of being in relationships with him, and he gained a reputation of being a cold-hearted and terrible person who had abused women. Then he came out with his side of the story, denying everything. But after the damage had already been done, and since his channel was already declining at this point, his brand was never able to fully recover. He's still uploading consistently, but getting very minimal views for his over 6 million subscriber channel. And at number 6, Marcus Butler. So Marcus Butler is another British YouTuber that used to be big back during the British invasion with people like Zoella and Casper, but has seemingly quit YouTube. In the past few years, Marcus's channel started to slowly fall out of relevancy, like a lot of other YouTubers on this list. But it seems like Marcus struggled a lot more with it, as he had and now it seems like he wants to take a different direction in his career, as he's actually deleted all of the videos off his main channel with over 4 million subscribers on it. So I searched up what he's doing now, and it seemed like he had left social media for a bit, except for Instagram, but he's now returned, and he said recently on Twitter that his main focus is now his clothing brand. And looking at the clothing, it does look very on brand for him now, and it seems like he is very happy with it. So I really hope that it does well and he's able to continue with this venture. Up at number 5, Glozell Green. So Glozell is another OG YouTuber who is known for her hilarious skits and videos online. But after being on YouTube for many years, for whatever reason, her channel started to fade, and her subscribers were not as interested in seeing her videos anymore. She even commented on her decline in a piece she did with Vanity Fair, where she said, "It would be nice if YouTube were like, oh, you've been here for a while, let me help you out with this and that because it's so saturated and you've been loyal. That would be nice," but that's with any company. And she felt that she'd been left out in the cold by YouTube in favor of its current stars. In 2017, she tried to change her brand by launching a kids channel called Glowbugs, but it didn't take off as she had hoped, and she's still uploading pretty consistently to her main channel, opening up about her personal life for her true fans that are still with her, but not getting even close to the views that she once did. And at number 4, Joey Graceffa. So Joey is another interesting one to me, as I don't want to say that he's totally irrelevant, as he still actually gets pretty good views on his channel, and he's uploading consistently. But he is someone that used to be at the forefront of YouTube, and now his name isn't as close to as talked about as it once was. Joey's channel was massive back in the day. He collabed with the biggest OG YouTubers at the time, but his channel started to slip, however. Thankfully for him though, his Escape the Night series that got tons of bigger influencers on his channel gained him a lot of traction in the YouTube world and helped him to gain his footing once again. He even spoke about his turbulent experience with the platform in a Vanity Fair article, where he said YouTube used to be a place where the weirdos and outcasts would go to find comfort and find their community. Now it's almost like the popular kids kind of infiltrated our secret hideout. And he continued that he's not all that impressed with the content that is being produced by the latest big creators, calling a lot of it lazy. Right now his channel is doing pretty good, but he's losing about as many subscribers as he's gaining. So his channel could be in somewhat of a transitional period, and I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see where it goes. And at number 3, Bethany Mota. So Bethany, who started out as MacBarbie07, used to be a huge lifestyle and beauty vlogger for younger people back in the day. And to my knowledge, she was one of the first YouTubers to ever land deals with mainstream companies, like way back when she did a clothing line with Aeropostale in her peak. But after being a YouTuber for many years at that point, in about 2015, Bethany started to feel burnt out and said she needed to take a break from YouTube. So she started to take numerous breaks and would not upload consistently when she did return, resulting in many of her fans leaving her for the newer lifestyle YouTubers that were uploading more consistently. Currently, Bethany is still posting, and it's pretty inconsistent as it seems like a lot of her content is focused around her boyfriend, who is also a former huge YouTuber. But her views are obviously not what they once were, and she's still making content that was big back in the early days, but is not really big on YouTube anymore. Also in 2019, she was actually in the top 10 channels to lose the most amount of subscribers in that year, with her losing around 320,000 subscribers on her channel. And at number 2, Ingrid Nielsen. So Ingrid used to be really big on YouTube in the lifestyle community when she had the name Miss Glamorazzi, and she made product collabs with tons of huge brands in her peak. But now that she's been on YouTube for over 10 years, her views aren't what they once were. Ingrid is still posting very regularly on her YouTube channel, and although it seems like she's constantly trying to change up her content and do fresh things, unfortunately it hasn't stuck and her fan base does not seem to be growing. Ingrid has branched out of YouTube as well, starting a podcast called One Step, but it doesn't seem to be taking off. But with the shift in her content recently and how often she's now posting, I'm hoping that her channel is able to make a comeback. And up at number 1, Prank vs. Prank. So Prank vs. Prank was a channel run by Jesse Wellens and Gianna Smith, and it documented the pranks that the couple would play on each other. Then they launched BF vs. GF, which was an extension of the prank channel that turned into a daily vlogging channel for the latter part of their channel. And these two were huge, with USA Today ranking them as YouTube's biggest pranksters in 2013. But the demise of their channels are a bit different, as they spurred from a demise in the couple's relationship. Back in 2016, they uploaded a video called A New Chapter, where they tell their viewers that they are breaking up and therefore they won't be filming together anymore. They attribute a lot of their problems in their relationship to their daily vlogging and urged couples to not vlog together. As a result, Jesse took over the Prank vs. Prank channel and Gianna took over the Boyfriend vs. Girlfriend channel. They are both uploading regularly on their own channels, but it does not seem like they have been able to maintain their loyal fan base on their own. Okay guys, so that's all from me. Please let me know all your thoughts down below, and if you still watch some of these YouTubers, or your opinions on why you think that they've fallen off. But before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from part 2. So RJ Foster said, I stopped watching Bunny because she just started to be more obnoxious to me. I don't know why, but she was just more irritating to me. Thanks so much for sharing your opinion. A lot of people did have like the same sentiments as you. Then Study Buddy said, Michelle Phan is different from other influencers. She chose to live the life she wanted and her fans still support her. I agree, she totally made the choice to leave YouTube behind and do some other ventures for sure. And I'm personally really pumped that she's into crypto because I'm really into the crypto space and I love to see women in it, so I'm really rooting for her. Then Lou said, what goes up must come down. Nothing lasts forever. So all these big YouTubers who buy these huge mansions and cars, they will be irrelevant within a few years and will go broke. It's a sad cycle. And I do have to agree, like YouTubers really go through this huge up and then usually the down is kind of just as fast, and it's really unfortunate. But I do have to say there are a lot of YouTubers out there that have sustained and have really long, amazing careers. So, you know, it's really not everyone that goes into irrelevancy. Okay guys, so that's all from me. Thanks so much for watching if you made it all the way here. And if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more juicy videos just like this. Also follow the IO team on our socials to be kept up to date with us. Thanks again for watching guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.